Okay, week 6 preview. We are on the way. We had an awesome Thursday night football game. The NFL is really spoiling us with those matchups. A great 12-7 shoot. Oh, fucking hell, it was awful. Absolutely awful. Anyway, yeah, we've got the week 6 slate to get into. Before we get into the previews and what's available on the waiver wire, we'll just have a quick review of the league transactions because there were some huge trades that went through, some absolutely fucking huge ones. So, first of all, myself dropping Deion Jackson. So it looks like JT is going to play. Deion Jackson would have been an interesting play without him, but JT's back. It's going to be sadness all around in Indianapolis. Picking up Tyrion Davis-Price, he had quite a few carries before he got injured and Jeff Wilson took over. So we'll see what happens there. I think it's like a nice cheeky little stash on the bench, but you know, this is a bit of a. I was in a death spiral at this point when I picked up Deshaun Watson and dropped Alexander Mattison. In hindsight, like, this snap share is just going up and up and up, and those attempts and targets are going to follow. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have dropped Alexander Mattison. Someone will probably pick him up. He's a nice little, he's just a nice little piece to have on the side. Then, yeah, big time trade. I don't really know what I was thinking accepting this in hindsight, but hey ho, you only get the chance to go back to back once, and as your champion from last year, I would be doing a disservice to the league if I didn't do my utmost to go for it. So yeah, there it is. I put my balls on the table. Got myself the QB1 on the year, and I think I've said this a few times in the group, but like the difference between QB1 and QB4 at the minute is like 50 points, and Gino is one of the QB4s as well. It's insane. So yeah, 10 points a week difference. It's worth completely destroying my future for. If it gets me back into the playoffs and back in with a shout at winning the title, going back to back, fuck it, it's worth it in my eyes. And then we had the renames. So yeah, I am now the Winchbag Tory Boy. We have Winchbag Asset Management after I traded all my future to Kinch. A few more waiver claims went through on Friday, so a few people were dropped. I mentioned this on the last podcast, and I'll mention it again because I went in pretty hard and I went $25 on this. I thought someone would bid, but there you go. Like this schedule, like after the break, Green Bay are not going to be able to keep up with the Buffalo Bills offense, and they don't have any wide receivers to throw. New York, Zach Wilson's a bag of shit. Minnesota might be slightly problematic, but I mean, yeah, if someone's going to get sacked a lot, it's going to be Kirk Cousins. Cleveland, terrible. Detroit, so that's a bit of a worry. It could be a shootout, but you know, it's still Detroit. They're still crap. New England, rubbish. New York again, shit. Miami, that's a bit of a concern because if Teddy's back and Tua's back, then yeah, they the worst performance so far. The only one under 10 points was Miami, so that's the only game I'm worried about so far. Then Chicago, Cincinnati, they might have it together by then. New England to finish out. This is just like, it's just set and forget. It's like I don't have to worry about in 2 weeks' time. I just put these guys in, and I don't have to worry about the Buffalo Bills anymore, and my defensive spot anymore. So yeah, I'm very happy with this pickup. I went in pretty hard for it, beat out Numbnuts on 7. I went 25. I actually started off on 15 and talked myself up to 25. Because again, yeah, it's just worth it to just not have to worry about that roster spot. Plus, like when you think about our playoffs, which are week 14 to 17, is it 14 to 17 or 15 to 17? But either way, like these are juicy, especially Chicago and Cincinnati. Oh, so juicy. TJ Hawkinson, he was dropped to the dirt. Kinch went in with 17. I think that's quite a good play, to be honest. Like, you're chasing the upside there. We're getting to the point where, like, you can do what you can with trades, but you have to spend your fab at some point, right? And TJ Hawkinson, he's shown he can do it. Amon Ra is apparently a sickly little boy. We know DeAndre Swift is out for at least 2 more weeks. So, yeah, fuck it. Why not? Go for TJ Hawkinson, see what he can do. Plus, Tyler Conkling's a bag of shit, so I love that trade. And then, yeah, picking up Derek Carr as well. I'm disappointed that you don't believe in Carson Wentz. Like, I feel like that's the only reason that trade got made. But, yeah, Derek Carr, yeah, he's good. And then here, Poor Antonio Gibson. We need to pour something out for Antonio Gibson. His time in the league was good. Hopefully, he just becomes like, I feel like the best upside here for Antonio Gibson is he becomes JD McKissick, and JD McKissick is binned off completely. That's like the best upside. But I mean, this snap percentage, man, it's just no good at all. Yeah, so watch out for that. I'd say he's probably going to be a guy I talk about moving forward, as this guy could score you points, because he is still going to get catches and he is still going to make yards on those catches. So yeah, especially in a good matchup like Green Bay next week is okay. Indy defense is shit. Minnesota defense isn't great. So you know, he's in a bind. He'd be okay as an RB2, but yeah, it's not great. This is why we need flex. He's like a flex player, isn't he? He's a flex player. He might run one in from 70 yards out for a touchdown. But yeah, pour some out for Gibson. The time of him being rostered 100% is done. Yeah, so that's the moves that we had. I went through the table last time, so we have Skell at the top. Let's have a quick look at how much waiver everyone's got. I think I've burned through the most of my budget now. Oh no, Matt has only got $25 left. I've got 42. Yeah, so but then most people still have a lot of fab to spend. You can't carry this forward, so you may as well like start spending it on something, guys. Yeah, like you could have just had your defense sorted for the rest of the year. But anyway, we'll get into the matchups. So matchups in week six. First up, we have myself, the Winchback McTory boys, taking on Javonte's Inferno. I'm 2-3. Ed's 3-2. Predicted is 114 versus 103, and I've had David Montgomery play so far, and he's got me 8.5. 15 carries and a reception is fine. It was just a shit game, to be honest, properly shit. Anyway, yeah, Josh Allen is going to be an absolute beast. He's got KC. That should be a shootout. I'm very excited for that. On the other side, Tom Brady, he's now on his revenge tour just to make as much money as possible to screw over his wife and probably win a ring again. Wouldn't put it past him. But anyway, he is at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got completely annihilated last week. Completely annihilated by the Bills. And I think it's going to happen again. So Tom Brady's going to have a good day. Josh Allen's going to have a good day. Running backs, I've got Ramondre Stevenson and Monty. So Ramondre, we have Damian Harris. If he plays, he's limited, but I don't think he'll even play. At Cleveland, Cleveland have like the worst run defense in the league. On the other side, you've got Melvin Gordon on Monday Night Football. He's questionable going into the week, so we'll see what happens. I think he'll be okay. It's a worry. It's a risky play because you've still got Latavius Murray that we don't know what he's going to do, and you've still got what's his face, Mike Boone as well, who might get something done. And then Lenny at Pittsburgh, absolute smash play. Pittsburgh defense is trash now, so yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, it's a good running back matchup on paper. Yeah. We'll do the whole thing before I do my prediction, I think, rather than saying advantages. Wide receivers, Diggs, again, absolute smash start with Josh Allen at KC. We've got Deebo Samuel playing Atlanta on my side, and then Chris Olave, he's progressing through the concussion protocol, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. They're being very, very cagey with guys with concussions, which is a good thing because having had one, like Damien gave me one, they fucking suck. Definitely shouldn't play. Anyway, on the other side, yeah, we've got Tyreek Hill, Marquise Brown, and George Pickens. Tyreek might be playing with that rookie, which I don't like. Marquise Brown, absolute smash play against Seattle. Like this is great. This is awesome. He's going to score I can see him scoring a couple of long touchdowns there. And then George Pickens with the rookie QB in Pittsburgh, like he's getting lots of targets, and for us that's really good because it means catches. And he's playing a lot of snaps as well. So yeah, I don't mind it. He's like a cheeky. He'll be very good by the end of the year, and he might be a keeper. Who knows? Yeah, and then tight ends. Dallas got it against Dallas. Nice. And then Kyle Pitts. I don't trust Kyle Pitts. I do not trust him at all. I think you're very brave to put him out there. I don't think he'll do much. And then, yeah, Dallas got it. I mean, he's fine. He'll get a lot of catches. The Dallas defense against Philly, that's a brave play. Not sure I'd do that myself. On the other side, I've got Miami. They're going against a rookie QB, so theoretically, that's a good matchup for me. But knowing my luck, fucking rookie QB will turn out to be a superstar and absolutely tear me apart. So, yeah. Well, anyway, I think prediction-wise, I am going to go with myself here, like, quite selfishly. I think the Josh Allen Diggs stack is going to tear a lot of teams apart this year, especially when they're both firing. And Ramondre Stevenson's matchup is just far too juicy. I think if Olave goes out, I actually don't even have cover yet on my team, so that could be a bit of an issue for me. But I think he'll play. I think the Saints don't give a shit; they'll just put their players out and let them die. Yeah. So first one, I think I'm gonna win that one. All right, our next matchup, we have Numbnuts against Matt. Matt is 2-3. Numbnuts is 1-4. It's a pretty key win this game, or your season's pretty much over. Like for Numbnuts, and unfortunately, he's predicted 95, while Matt's predicted 115. Russell Wilson against the Chargers on Monday Night Football. I do not trust that man. Like, you've got Geno Smith on your bench. Play Geno Smith. Definitely play Geno Smith. Lamar Jackson on the other side at New York. Theoretically, that's a very good matchup, but Lamar's been struggling the past couple of weeks. We'll see what happens there. Then running backs, Dalvin Cook. So Num made a huge play to bring in Dalvin Cook. He's got a great matchup at Miami. He should be good for quite a big score there. Kareem Hunt as well. Like, you've been dependent on him getting touchdowns. It's just not really been working out recently. Hopefully he just falls over in the goal line. On the other side there, Saquon Barkley, he looks very much like old Saquon, which is great for Matt, but bad for the rest of us. And then Jeff Wilson as well. So Jeff Wilson's value is slowly declining week after week as all these running backs come back. Latest one's Ty Davis-Price. He's got Tevin Coleman to compete with now. I think Jeff Wilson's relevant time is coming to an end. Which is not ideal if you're relying on him as your RB2. Wide receivers, Matt has got AJ Brown. He bought Mike Evans, very, very cheap, very, very good, very, very cheap. And he's got Michael Pittman as well. So I like Mike Evans. The Pittsburgh matchup is nice. Like, yeah, you saw what the Bills did to them last week. I'm fairly certain Tom Brady can do that as well. AJ Brown against Dallas, I think that's a tough matchup, to be honest. They've got that good cornerback, haven't they? And he'll follow either him or Devontae Smith. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. I think that might be it might be tougher than you think. And then Pittman, who knows what Matt Ryan's going to do, you know? It's tough to trust him. It's tough to expect a big score from him as well. And then you've got CeeDee Lamb, Terry McLaurin, and Adam Thielen on Numbs' side. CeeDee Lamb at Philly, terrible, terrible matchup. I do not expect much to happen there. Terry McLaurin already let you down on Thursday night with 2 carries and 3 of 4 receptions and a fumble as well. Oh man, that's just kicking the teeth, really, isn't it? Yeah, it's rough. It's rough being a Terry McLaurin owner this year. Maybe he'll get traded or something and come good again. Who knows? And then Adam Thielen, like, you need him to catch a touchdown for him to have value. Mark Andrews, the Mark Andrews Lamar stack. You probably need that to get firing here to really seal the game. And then, yeah, Hayden Hurst on the other side. I don't mind Hayden Hurst, to be honest. You know, good snap percentage, good targets, been catching touchdowns. He was all right when he was at Baltimore, so yeah, it's okay. Cleveland versus New England, I wouldn't trust that matchup purely because their run defense is so bad, but you might get away with it because the running's so effective, the game's over faster. I don't know. And then, yeah, you've got Jacksonville at Indy. I like it, but again, on paper, when you look at it, it's like it's JT, Matt Ryan. They struggled against the Texans. Well, the defense didn't struggle, actually. Yeah, I don't know. It's very tight there. But I am going to go with Matt to win. I think the Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews stack gets it back to form. And Saquon Barkley more than covers for Jeff Wilson not being that good. Yeah, I think we're going to have Matt win that one. Okay, our next matchup, we have Nick versus Jim, and this matchup was very skewed towards Nick before the Thursday night game. Both these teams are 3-2, looking good for the playoffs, and generally have quite strong rosters. I say looking good like for Nick until the Thursday night because Curtis Samuel massively underperformed, only gave you 2 receptions for 6 yards. What the fuck was that game, man? Ugh, terrible. QBs wise, you've got Pat Mahomes on one side versus Buffalo, Joe Burrow at New Orleans. So I worry for Mahomes because like the Buffalo defense is quite fierce, and he's probably going to be on his ass a lot and be running around a lot. They are going to get after him with just 4 pass rushes, which Mahomes really struggles with when everyone just sits back and doesn't let him have what he wants, doesn't let him read anything. So yeah, that might struggle for Mahomes more than you expect, especially if the game gets away from them and they just go, "Ah, fuck it, we'll bench him." On the other side, Joe Burrow at New Orleans, fucking Joe Bunglers, man, that's what he is. Not a big fan. And running backs, so JTT theoretically is going to play, but if he does play, he's playing injured. And then you've got Miles Sanders as well against Dallas. Dallas have been surprisingly okay on defense. If you don't have JTT, you're putting J.K. Dobbins in, which at New York, it might be a move I make anyway. It might be something I would do anyway. Probably bench JTT. He's just not been good, man. Aside from week 1, it's been terrible. On the other side, Breece Lightning and Alvin Kamara, both of them had standout weeks last week. Breece Hall against Green Bay, I like that matchup. And Kamara, like his usage last week was off the charts. To be honest, like I didn't appreciate how much that was. So, yeah, if that's the usage he's gonna get again, you really can't bet against that. There's a nice set of running backs there. This is where Nick casually starts pulling away from people. So Justin Jefferson and Cooper Kupp, Carolina are absolute bobbins, and Justin Jefferson at Miami, like they're just using him like he's supposed to be used now. Like those are outrageous scores the last 2 weeks. Is it insane, stupidly insane? On the other side, DK Metcalf, Jalen Waddle, and Cortland Sutton. I like DK Metcalf against Arizona. He's probably good for quite a big game. I can see him getting a lot of yards and getting a touchdown. I don't like Jalen Waddle. If the QB is that rookie again, I think he'll struggle. I think you'll be very lucky to get good production from both him and Tyreek. And yeah, you've just got to hope it's going to be a lot of short underneath stuff that Waddle gets and makes stuff happen with those short catches. Cortland Sutton, Monday Night Football at the Chargers. Chargers aren't very good, and Cortland Sutton is the only one that Russell Wilson looks to. So yeah, that's going to be fine. Tight ends, we've got Travis Kelce on one side, who's just an absolute beast. Fucking Travis Kelce scoring 4 touchdowns. What kind of man does that? And then on the other side, Gerald Everett. He had a down week last week, but that's not going to happen every week. He is going to catch some passes. I think Keenan Allen is just, there's something going on there. I don't think he's going to be around. So yeah, he should be fine. Defenses, you both have great defenses this week. San Fran at Atlanta. Atlanta suck at the best of times, and now they've got to go against the San Fran defense. And then Philly versus Dallas at home to Dallas. Is spicy matchup against the rookie QB as well. Yeah, although it's Philly, they'll probably bottle it and let Zeke run all over them. Then yeah, I think in terms of if you could improve your lineups, like nah, not really. I probably would have. Yeah, I would have hoped Curtis Samuel did more against the Chicago defense as well. So I probably would have made the same move as you, Nick. And there's not really any changes you need to make here. If you're very, very brave, maybe putting like Dobbs or Pierce in over Waddle. But I mean, Jalen Waddle, man, he can make things happen. No, I'd leave it as is. And I'm actually, given the poor performance by Curtis Samuel, and even having trashed Waddle and Mahomes and stuff like that, I am actually going to pick Jim to win, and it's mainly because I think JT will play. He won't be very good, and your point concentration in these 3, you need all of these 3 guys, Jefferson, Kupp, and Kelce. You need them all to go off. to make sure you win this game. Whereas I think, again, Waddle is the only concern for Jim, and Mahomes should get to as predicted. So yeah, I think there's more that can go wrong on this side and has already gone wrong with the Curtis Samuel play. Yeah, I'm going to go with Jim to win that one. So our next game is our future champion, Andrew Skelton, 4-1, going against the bottom of the league. Well, sorry, 11th place of the league, Righty at 1-4. What a tale! What a turnaround this franchise has had. We've got the old champion passing the torch to the new champion. This is how I see the matchup anyway. Yeah, we've got Skell slightly projected to win with 105 against Mark's 102. When we actually look at the matchup, so QBs, we've got Herbert and Cousins as the QBs. So Herbert for Skell, Cousins for Mark. Herbert against Denver on Monday Night Football, like, I think Keenan Allen's not going to be there, and I think he's struggled without him, to be honest. But Denver, Patrick Surtain is very, very good. He's very, very good. So Mike Willie's probably out of the question, which means Gerald Everett might have a good game. On the other side, Kirk Cousins, yeah, he's just going to be looking for Justin Jefferson. Maybe Thielen catches a touchdown. Who knows? Yeah, they're both, for me, they're quite similar. They're quite similar. I'd probably say Herbert slightly better just because he's got the home advantage. But anyway, Christian McCaffrey and Joe Mixon, these are the powerhouses of Mark's team. And then on the other side, we've got Aaron Jones and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So both of those guys had down weeks last week. I hope Aaron Jones will get back to form. I hope he catches some passes and gets things done against the Jets. Clyde Edwards-Helaire CEH is a worry. He is a concern purely because, like, he's in a much more of a timeshare now. And if, again, last week, KC went 17 points down and Clyde just didn't really see that much play. They used like Jarrett McKinnon and Pacheco and stuff like that. So you need KC to come out firing and to not get down in the game for CEH to like stay in the script and stay as the hot hand sort of thing. On the other side, Joe Mixon, like when you look at his opportunity, the amount of rushing attempts he's had so far already, like, so 27, 19, 12, 24, 14, and then the targets as well, 9, 4, 7, 4, 3. Like, that's an insane number of opportunities Joe Mixon's had, and he's just not done loads with it because the Bengals just aren't that good this year. They're not that good this year at all, but he's still good for a good floor of like 12 to 15 points, hopefully gets some touchdowns and has a good day. Christian McCaffrey, he's staying healthy and he's looking very, very good. He's looking like the old Christian McCaffrey. Lots of cut targets, lots of catches. Yeah, he'll be fine. New head coach though, so see what they do there. Wide receivers, we have Chase, Duvernay, and Lockett for Skell. I like Jamar. Jamar Chase is clearly having some personal problems right now, but you can take heart that he's not getting high every night, according to his own texts. Yeah, he's probably got a bit of a distraction going on with his baby mama and stuff like that, and being a terrible dad. But man, hopefully you can have Joe Burrow take him to one side and say, just play football and catch some touchdowns, and it'll all feel better. Duvernay, so try and watch if Rashad Bateman's like playing or not. It might be better to like stick like Ayuk in or something like that. I mean, I'm on Ra on a bye week as well. Yeah, fuck it, stick with Duvernay. Probably catches a long touchdown. And then on the other side, Tyler Lockett against Arizona. Love it. Great matchup. He's going to smash. Amari Cooper, Allen Robinson, and Mike Thomas for Mark. So I don't even know. Yeah, Mike Thomas isn't even training. He's probably not going to play. Allen Robinson, if he has been playing, I haven't noticed. He's not very good. And then Amari Cooper. Yeah, Amari Cooper's great, actually. Yeah, you probably need to look at, well, I would be putting Isaiah McKenzie in for sure over Allen Robinson for a start. And then, Marquez, would he get a play? No, I wouldn't put Marquez in unless Mike Thomas is out. And then I'd probably go Allen Robinson over Marquez, actually. So yeah, maybe get McKenzie in for Thomas and just ride with it. Then George Kittle, yep, he's good. He's getting catches. San Fran's starting to look good again. Tyreek Hill, absolute beast. and I think Jameis Winston is going to miss a week again. So yeah, Tyreek Hill 40-point week or whatever it is, 30-point. I wouldn't put it past him, man. I wouldn't put it past him at all. Defenses, so Chargers defense against Denver is, yeah, that's okay. Russell Wilson's really fucking bad, so why not? And then on the other side, I'd probably look to switch off of the New Orleans defense purely because Joe Mixon's one of your key parts. So if he has a good game, your defense has a bad game, sort of thing. Yeah, this one, Skell, I think you will be coming back down to earth ever so slightly. I think your running backs will let you down, and Jamar Chase will let you down, and Tyreek Hill can't save you every week. So yeah, I'm going to go with Mark to win this one. All right, next we have Damien taking on Connor. Damien is at 2-3 somehow, and Connor is 3-2. Connor's predicted 108 points. Damien is predicted 97, and he's already had Khalil Herbert play for 8.5 points. Exactly the same as Monty. Exactly what Monty got. Yeah. So Damien, you should probably be the hospital of sadness because yeah, it's just not great, really, is it? Kyler Murray, okay. Seattle are a good matchup at QB, but on the other side, just Jalen Hurts is just as good a matchup. So versus Dallas, yeah, I don't know. Kyler, I keep saying it. Kyler's just not been very good this year. But having said that, he's one of like that group of QBs about 50 points behind Josh Allen. So yeah, fuck it, why not? Jalen Hurts, though, it will be fine. He'll do his usual thing of scoring like 25 points and then chilling. Running backs, Najee, I wouldn't trust Najee. I think he's playing with an injury. On the other side, you've got Khalil Herbert as well. He's already played. Like, as a bit of a desperate play, to be honest. But we'll see who else is on your bench. You could have. Well, oh, it's Josh Jacobs bye week. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Then on the other side, you got Devin Singletary and Nick Chubb. So I think your worry with Singletary is if KC can't keep up scoring wise, he's going to be on the bench. Nick Chubb, though, absolute respect for this guy. He's going to go. It's going to be like an old school running game where Ramondre on one side and Chubb on the other. They're both going to get like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. There's going to be 2 old school running teams kicking the shit out of each other. The game will be done in like 2 hours. Just stick them on Gates at International Stadium and it'll just be like Northeast football basically. But no, he's a great player though. Great player this week. Wide receivers, so you've got DJ Moore, Rondell Moore, and Jacoby Myers for Damien, and then T. Higgins, Chris Godwin, Devontae Smith for Connor. So I like maybe DJ Moore with a new head coach. It's a bad matchup there. The Rams are very, very tough. And I think you have many other options to change to. Keenan Allen, I don't think he'll play. So yeah, that's rough. Rondell Moore is fine. He'll catch some very short passes, but they're worth points for us, so that's okay. Jacoby Myers, I think, is a great play. To be honest, for some reason, he just, yeah, he just gets it done. Yeah, fuck it. Jacoby Myers, he's just one of them guys. He's going to probably finish as like a wide receiver 13 or 14 on the year, and I was like, oh, how did he do that? And he's just quietly getting catches and work done. On the other side, T. Higgins, will he play? I'm not sure. Has he been practicing? He's been getting limited practice. Maybe he plays, but that's risky. It doesn't feel great. Chris Godwin, I think, again, he's been having days off and stuff, so who knows? But maybe he'll play. If he does, I think it's good. I think, yeah, Tom Brady. If you got Mike Evans and Godwin out there, will help each other out, sort of thing. And then Devontae Smith. I think he could be a good beneficiary if the main coverage goes to AJ Brown. I can see Devontae Smith having quite a huge day. Tight ends, and Njoku is a very quietly high-performing tight end. He gets lots of catches, he gets touchdowns, he gets yardage. Great snap percentages as well. Smash start there with Njoku. And then Frymouth is proceeding through the concussion protocol, I believe. Yeah, he's in the concussion protocol. He's one to watch. I think they'll end up being careful with him and hold him out. But you can just find around. Well, you got Schultz, Dr. Schultz to play. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, and then you've got the Rams defense against Carolina. Lovely, lovely stuff. Hopefully, this should be a get right game for the Rams, right? And hopefully it's a shutout. And then Baltimore against New York. So I just think for your own sanity, don't play the Baltimore defense, Damien, because it's gonna infuriate you watching New York go into a shootout with Daniel Jones doing stupid things like running 70-yard touchdowns and stuff like that. It's just gonna absolutely infuriate you watching that because it's gonna be killing your fantasy team, but great for your actual team you support. It's gonna be grim. Anyway, then yeah, I don't think I'd make any changes from you guys' bench. You can't play Zeke against the Philly defense. One, because you're a Philly fan, and two, he's shit. Maybe look, you got Drake London, so hopefully one of Higgins or Godwin definitely plays. Yeah, this one, I've got to go with Connor to win this one. I think yeah, it's just too many good plays here. Too many good plays. Yeah, Connor to win this one. All right, our last matchup we have Kinch with Wingebag Asset Management and Mikey D. Kinch is 2-3. Mikey D somehow is 4-1. I don't know how we've let this happen. And yeah, we've just given him an absolute freebie this week as well. But by taking Josh Allen away from Kinch. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. Running back QBs wise, Carson Wentz did what Carson Wentz does, which is be shit. 22 passes attempted is just what they're doing. And then Aaron Rodgers against the Jets. That should actually be quite a good matchup for Rodgers. I can see him doing quite well. Running backs, Austin Eckler has been very, very good. Denver defense will they'll let him. I don't know if it's going to be a 3 touchdown day, but 1 touchdown day, I can see that happening. Eno Benjamin is quite a good play this week. I didn't check on what James Conner's status is, but yeah, I think he'll be okay. Tyler Algier, if you have to start an Atlanta running back, Tyler Algier is the one I would start. I think that's the nicest thing I can say. And James Robinson against the Indy defense. I don't know whether he's a good play or not, but I think you're hoping for a long touchdown from James Robinson, basically. Yeah, then in terms of other players, we have wide receivers wise, Mike Williams, Darnell Mooney, and Christian Kirk for Kinch. On the other side, Juju, Gabe Davis, and Tyler Boyd for Mikey D. Darnell Mooney has already played, got 7 receptions for 68 yards, so about 10 points there. Mike Williams is probably going to have Patrick Surtain covering him unless Keenan Allen somehow magically plays. So it's going to be tough. But I like Christian Kirk this week. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a get right game and hopefully feed this guy. On the other side, Gabe Davis, yeah, his huge performance came off of 3 catches. I can see the exact same thing happening again because fuck it, they're going to try and blow the top off, aren't they? It's going to be a shootout with Patrick Mahomes. Juju is a bit dodgy, but probably I don't think he'll get a touchdown. But if he gets enough catches, he might reach as expected. Tyler Boyd, if T Higgins doesn't play, this is a great start. If T Higgins does play, this is not so great a start. Yeah, it's not great. And then tight ends, Evan Engram, great play this week. Fuck it, why not? Evan Engram is a tight end, and Zach Ertz on the other side. Yeah, he'll be fine. Defenses, Tampa Bay against rookie QB in Pittsburgh, lovely. And then the Green Bay defense against New York. I don't know. I think you were a bit hasty dropping the Bills defense just because they're playing KC. I probably would have held on to them, but that's just me. Yeah, quite a few bye weeks. Oh, quite a lot of bye weeks here. On the benches, which is going to be tough to manage. But I think with the poor performance from Carson Wentz already, it's going to be very tough not to say Mikey D is winning this one. So yeah, I'll go with Mikey D to win this one. Okay, so before we get into the last bit, the players that are still available, we have had a few moves made. Darrell Henderson's been picked up, which was a guy I was going to talk about. Cheers, numbnuts. But yeah, stick him on your bench. If Cam Akers gets injured or just isn't very good again, I can see Well, you're really hoping for Cam Akers to be knocked out of the game, which is never a good thing. But it is what it is. And then yeah, Evan Engram, he's a tight end. Fuck it. It's as good a matchup as any. Like he might catch a touchdown. Fuck it. I hate tight ends, man. I just keep going back to fuck it. It's a fucking tight end. Uh, anyway, so people, I get unfortunately Carson Wentz already played, but I think everyone else, apart from the Russell Wilson owner, actually is doing okay QB wise. In all seriousness, the only one that I really like, not really like, but the only one that I would possibly put in is Daniel Jones against Baltimore, and that's just because the Baltimore secondary is such like a good matchup for QBs. See if like Wandale Robinson's playing. If he's looking like so he's looking like he might actually play. That could be a deep bomb. He does a lot of dump offs to Saquon. It should it could be good. And more importantly, he does just occasionally scramble and might get you a nice baseline. Yeah, he's a potential little sneaky play there, Daniel Jones. And then Jameis Winston. He's doing limited practices, but I don't think he's expected to play. If he does, he might. I don't know. I'd still probably put Daniel Jones in over him. Yeah. So we'll just have a quick look at who's starting what QBs and who would Daniel Jones going over for me. Kirk Cousins is above. Aaron Rodgers is above. Well, you've already put Carson Wentz in, so that's a done deal. Russell Wilson, you've already got Geno Smith, so yeah, I think everyone's set for QB. I wouldn't make any moves. I wouldn't make any moves on the QB front. Nah, you're all good. You're all good. Yeah. So the next one we'll look at is wide receivers. Zay Jones. Let's see if he's actually slated to play. He's still limited. Yeah, if he's going against the Colts, I would potentially that'd be someone I'd look at. Randall Cobb, yeah, he led the team last week. I could see him doing it again. I think Aaron Rodgers is getting to the point of not trusting the rookies again, so Cobb could have a good game. Slayton, he's catching passes. Someone's catching passes in New York. Why not him? Then you've got Devontae Parker, goosed last week, but could have a good game. Yeah, then you're getting really into the doldrums here. I think we've got most of the good players who should be rostered. I think we've got them already. So who would I actually look at playing over these people? I think Zay Jones Zay Jones or Randall Cobb is probably the ones that I would potentially sneak in. Palmer as well has the potential. Let's see who people are starting and see who I would put in over that. So wide receiver wise, I mean you're all pretty set. Maybe DJ Moore. It's tough to take out DJ Moore for one of those guys. Yeah, it's Curtis Samuel's already played. George Pickens. You're not going to take out Tyreek Hill for any of them, are you? Terry McLaurin's already played as well. Darnell Mooney's already played. Yeah, it's tough. I think most people are better off with what they've got in their roster at the minute. Like, yeah, there's no one. I mean, even looking at the bottom end, there's no one I would really drop. I mean, except for Kadarius Toney because he's a piece of shit. But yeah, I think you're fine. I don't think those guys need to be rostered. But if there's some injuries, like last minute injuries, I know Connor's got only got one guy on his bench. I haven't got anyone on my bench, so I might be looking here as well. It's probably going to be Zay Jones that I pick up and play if he's playing. Tight ends. I really don't care about tight ends, but Evan Engram was going to be the one I call out. Cade Otton. Yeah, 94% of snaps, lovely, good targets. If you don't have an elite tight end and you're playing the game of picking up guys like Evan Engram, why not the guy with Tom Brady as his QB? Why not give that a go? Yeah, especially if like Godwin is a surprise out or something like that. Cade Otton could have a huge game. Why not roll the dice? And then yeah, Will Disley sometimes catches touchdowns. Mo Ali Cox sometimes does it as well. This Bellinger guy, he sometimes catches touchdowns as well. Yeah, why not? Just give any of those guys a go. We've got most of the good ones locked up, but you could roll the dice on any of these, and any of them might score. So yeah, but K Dotton's probably the one I would look at. I think Connor's got the Muth, right? Yeah, he does. So does he have a backup tight end on his roster? Yeah, he's got Schultz. I would probably play K Dotton over Schultz. I don't know why you'd roster him. Yeah, I'd put K Dotton in. Oh, Tevin Coleman's got picked up. Yeah, fair enough. You had to do it. Tevin Coleman picked up by numbnuts. Breaking news! Tevin Coleman picked up by numbnuts. Rashad Penny has been dropped. Understandable. He's got broken leg. But yeah, so Connor, if you don't have the Mute on Sunday, I'd put K Dotton in. I'd put K Dotton in over Schultz. I think it's a better QB he's attached to. Yeah, I think it's just better situation, better matchup as well, going against Pittsburgh rather than Philadelphia. That's probably one to look out for. And then defenses. So I said to play. This is why you should never listen to me. I said to play the Bears defense, I think, and they scored 8 versus Washington, scoring like 14. So yeah, just don't ever listen to me, guys. I don't know what I'm talking about. Having said that, in terms of who I would probably start, New England against Cleveland, because that might be a fast game, and then Indianapolis against Jacksonville, only because Trevor Lawrence has looked so bad recently. Outside of that, you're really, really struggling. Yeah, like maybe Carolina against the Rams, because the Rams have been shit recently as well. But it's a very brave man who goes that far down. We'll have a quick look, because there's a few people I thought should change their defenses. So let's have a quick look on the trade screen and see who's starting what. So the Browns, I would I play? Would I change the Browns out for one of these guys? No, I don't think I would. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it one bit, but I don't think I would. Yeah, would I? Who else have you got out there? Buccaneers, fine. Jags against Indy, that's okay. Chargers against Denver, that's okay. Green Bay against New York. Is it New York? Jets, is it? Anyway. Ravens, maybe. Yeah. No, I think we're probably okay. The only one who might potentially look is the Browns, but no, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I think everyone's fine defensive wise. I don't think I'd make any changes with what's going on the waiver wire. I'll have one quick last look. No, Chicago would have been okay to put in, but no, I don't think. Maybe go Indianapolis over Cleveland. Maybe that's a bit of a reach if you're desperate. But like I say, I think you're all okay there. But yeah, that's the preview. That's what's available on waivers. I'll put my picks in the chat as usual. I've made some moves to try and go back to back, and I congratulate the people who are going out there, and I encourage the people who are going out there to try and win it all, to keep going and buying. We're here to win fantasy games at the end of the day, and yeah, I just do whatever it takes to get there. Peace.